Yeah, the script, it's been sort of over 10 years now in the making. That first draft was wild and wacky and all over the place. If you think the film is wild and wacky, it was a whole other level. I feel really lucky, actually. It took 10 years to make the film. I got to improve my skills as a writer. I got to find my voice as a writer and as a director. So, the film, I was constantly honing it, finding it, shaping it, reshaping it. And that process continued in the edit. I wanted to create a film that brought together all the things I loved. I loved action movies, Hong Kong kung fu, and, I love Bollywood films and my own South Asian culture. I wanted to celebrate those two things together. So, it was a no-brainer for me to make an action film that had lehengas and anarkalis flowing and flying.
Yeah, it was very fun to shoot as well. And I think it makes all of the action sequences look so much more dynamic as well, because the costume's so beautifully designed by PC Williams, our costume designer. It just really married the movement within the fights, and that was really special to kind of see on screen. Yeah, I was like, I want to be like them. I'm going to do as many of my own stunts as possible. It's such an important part to Ria's journey as well that I felt it would really help me to understand her. But also, selfishly, a really personal thing as well, to kind of want to go in and to try this new skill and see how much of it I could do. It was really fun, and we had such an incredible stunt team behind us. So I learned so much, and I was empowered throughout the whole process. So I feel really lucky that I got to attempt so much of it.
It is. But I feel like it's truthful to siblings, Yeah. You can be cruel and you could be the worst of enemies, but you can be the best of friends. And there's a sort of interesting, heightened feeling.
It's so special to see, because I know that growing up I didn't see a lot of it. And I think living in Britain, growing up in London, and not seeing yourself reflected on the TV screens and the cinema screens that you go to locally and watch, it can be quite a confusing feeling, not feeling represented, not knowing where you kind of fit. I'm not Indian enough, I'm not British enough, is that kind of weird in between. And so now to be able to see ourselves reflected, really it feels like there's so many endless opportunities and things out there for us. You can't be what you can't see, right? Yeah. So that's so wonderful to kind of see that representation within Western cinema.
Yeah, and I still hope, that there's so much more work to do. There's still not enough voices. People compare the film often to Bend It Like Beckham, although they're quite different. It was just the sort of, that film came out 20 years ago, so it still feels that there's so much work to be done, especially within Hollywood, to kind of empower more South Asian writers, performers, across the board.